So I want to understand something, guys. Is murder fun? Like, is it now something that people do in their spare time when they are less busy, during their leisure time, especially for young persons? I mean, especially young people within the teenage range to the early 20s. What's happening? How many of us know the story of Demaria, the young girl who was killed by her 12-year-old cousin? Yeah, that one happened, in America. But in Nigeria, we have similar cases. Although, not very young, like 12-year-old, but like from girls, young guys in their early 20s. They don't have a problem putting a knife to your chest or pointing a gun at your head. What is happening, especially with this current generation? So anyways, guys, before I go into, the details of the story I have here for you today, I would like to welcome you back to another episode of The Kiwi Show. How are we doing? Okay, so it's nice to have you guys back here. And if this is your first time seeing my face, how about you click that like button? Do not forget to subscribe and, of course, share to your friends. Okay, it's your favorite girl, Jessie Rogers, here again on The Kiwi Show. How we doing? All right, so, fam. I recently saw this story of a 23-year-old that got married to her husband in February, and, by July, she murders her husband. And I know a lot of us are wondering, like, how can people be so cold-hearted? I want to say something. It's one thing to commit a crime, and then it's another entirely different thing to tamper with evidence for that crime, to try to cover up the crime. I don't know if you understand. Like, you have committed one crime. It's best to just, look for a way to sort that out, and get it over with one time, than to keep committing more crimes to cover up the previous crime. Tampering with evidence is a lot. In the case of Demaria, let me remind you guys, in case, I don't know how many of us know that story, but in the case of Demaria, after her 12-year-old cousin suffocated her to death with, pillows, blankets, and beddings, after she suffocated her 8-year-old cousin, right? What did she do? She cleaned up her saliva, cleaned her face to, give people the impression that there was no form of struggling or whatever. To give people the impression that there was no form of struggling or whatever, and, just, kept her well, laid her down properly so that nobody would suspect that anything, and maybe she just died from her sleep. That is one way to go after killing someone, and you're a 12-year-old for that matter. Now look at this scenario, all right? This 23-year-old kills her husband, but she claims it was by accident, okay? She kills the man, and then she takes his body out, according to her, in panic. She takes his body out and then tries to, get rid of the evidence of her killing by burning his corpse. She tried to burn the evidence. Oh, goodness. I mean, the killing act might not have been intentional, okay? But you intentionally now taking his body to get rid of it, that is definitely what is going to indict you. Because, guys, okay, first of all, I would like you guys to listen to her reason for murdering her husband. I want you guys to see this video. It's really, really heart-shattering. I don't even know the words to use for this, but listen to this video.
My name is Rahima Salau Tanjuma. I'm 23 years old. I got married to Salau Tanjuma on 4th of February 2024. He is paralyzed. So my husband is such a person that do anything. He used to pick an offense and he used to be angry on any little things. So on Faithful Friday, I and my husband, we had a fight, and I wanted to go out of the house. So packing my things, my clothes and my phone. So my husband was dragging my clothes and my phone with me. While dragging it with me, I pushed him. While I pushed him, he fell down and he died. So out of fear, I dragged his body outside through back door. Then I took his body to an uncompleted building. Yeah. Then later that day, I poured chemical that we use in spraying grasses so that the body will not smell. Later, out of fear, I went to buy petrol and I poured it on his body. Then I burned his body. Then that was what happened on that Friday. Then on Sunday, I decided to move out of the house. That was when neighbor now caught me, and they informed police on it. So I am very sorry for my action that I did. I did all this out of fear. Please, I'm very sorry for what I have did, and out of ignorance. Please, I beg the world for mercy, and I beg the police for mercy too. Please, I am very sorry for my action and everything that I've done. I'm very sorry. Please, I'm with a little baby, just 1 year, 8 months. I'm very sorry for my action.
Okay, so maybe for some of us who were battling with trying to understand her vocabulary and what she was trying to say, let me explain. Let me just summarize the whole video for you. She was saying that after she got married to the man, she realized that he's the kind of person who easily gets upset, and the slightest provocation, he starts to shout. He starts to throw tantrums and whatnot. And on this very day, after their argument, she wanted to pack and leave. Now the man probably, trying to stop her she said he was dragging her dress and her phone with her, trying to stop her from leaving the house, something like that. And in the process of doing that, she pushes him. Having pushed him, he fell and died on the spot. I won't even lie, the day that devil set for somebody, the day that devil will set for you, you won't even believe what it is. Like, you can't, it's obviously not believable now that she just pushed him. What is the weight? Somebody will be asking, what is the weight of a woman? Even if he was paralyzed, because it's revealed that the husband was paralyzed. Even if the man was paralyzed, how will you just push somebody and they just die just like that? My God, that was some high amount of unluckiness on her side. Okay, fine. The man has died, right? She pushed him and he died. You would say, this is normal thing that goes on between husband and wife, right? People, couples fight every day and they make up. How can it just be push that killed this man? And because a lot of people have been going on about, one should learn to control their temper, dadani. No, okay, sure, yes, people should learn to control their temper. It's very, very important. I have a friend who is actually like, this human being is very, very hot-tempered, but there's something she told me. She said that she's hot-tempered, yes, and she throws tantrums when she's angry, yes. Sometimes she even breaks things, but she knows herself. She still knows what she's doing in that moment, and she cannot hurt another human being. All these people that will tell her that, they are seeing red and they can do anything at that point, that she cannot relate, despite how hot-tempered she is as a person, that she cannot relate, okay? That she would never, no matter how angry she is, she will never pick up something and try to hurt another person. That's where she draws the line. But some people, they let their emotions override them. How can you not put your emotions in check to the point that, you kill somebody? This particular case, we have a similar case that happened in Niger State of recent. A 20-year-old girl killed her husband in the midnight over an argument. Is this the first time we are seeing our parents that have, our parents of old, our mothers and fathers back in the day, they had their own quarrels too. They also had issues. Why didn't anyone just kill their husband? What is going on with this current generation? 20 years old. So let's go back to this 23-year-old that has killed her husband, right? So now she's trying to paint the picture that it wasn't necessarily about temperament, okay? It was just that in the heat of the argument, she wanted him to let her go, and she pushed him. In other words, accidental incident or whatever. That's what she's trying to paint for us, okay? Before I go any further with the story and what happened afterwards, I want to mention something, okay? And it's actually very important. Situations like this, tragedy like this, can be avoided, okay? Tragedy like this can be avoided. What am I talking about? There's the option for divorce, okay? I know you say, I know now, why are you talking about divorce? Listen, let me tell you. It's not like back in time when it was such a shame to be sent back to your father's house by your husband. These days, nobody cares. The world has evolved. A lot of things have changed, okay? So if you feel, this man, I cannot take it anymore, I can't take your bullshit anymore, that's enough. It's okay. Leave. Rather than stay until something big like this happens. Let's not even talk about the ones that will eventually decide to stay in their marriage and cheat and bring in another man's child into the house because they feel their husband is not doing well, and they still make that husband take care of that child. Now, this man was even paralyzed right before she got married to him. If you cannot handle somebody like this, why did you go ahead to marry him? Was it a forced marriage? Was it an arranged marriage? We can actually look at that possibility, but still, you're not a child. 23 bloody years old, okay? 23 years old. If you feel you can't handle the marriage anymore, involve family. Call your people. Tell them no, you don't want anymore. Because what did you gain right now? It's crazy. Situations don't have to get this bad. Bro, what the hell? Okay, fine. The deed has been done. This man died, okay? What was your next line of action? Guys, I want to ask something. Is it that it's maybe the movies that we're watching these days, or the kind of food that we eat these days, or I don't know, the level of internet we're being exposed to? What is going on? Because I'd like to know how it's easy for people to have such criminal mindsets. There are very, very disturbing stories online, not just here in Nigeria, even outside. You have young children killing their siblings over a little argument. Give me phone, don't give me phone. Boom. You wait in the night when everybody's asleep. You go and kill your sister or you stab your brother to death. What is happening? So I'd really like to understand. Or could it be background, while they were growing up, they saw their parents do this kind of things? Or could it be peer group? The kind of people they hang out. Even in the peer group self, okay, where will young persons have the mind? Young people in their teens, why would they have mind to kill? I still find it difficult to absorb. What will make you? Because do you know what it means to end a life? As in, like, that person is gone. There's nothing like maybe after a few minutes, the person will stand up. No, that's it. Done and dusted on this earth for life, forever. The family members are not going to get to see them again. Away. Do you realize what you are about to do? So you think about all these things and you just feel the best thing to do is to kill. People get mind. Growing up, my younger brother, oh my God, he was a thorn in my flesh. I can vividly remember the hatred I had back then. Like, he was so annoying, but not for one day. I never thought of trying to kill him, despite how angry it was. Like, how angry, how you can be heated up sometimes. And today, that nigga is like my best friend, you know what I'm saying? So I want to know what it is that is giving young people mind these days. And when I mean young persons, I'm not just talking about, those early 20s and as young as 12, 13-year-olds. Because these days, it seems it's easy for people to kill. And it's not just an American thing now or, the white man thing now. It's happening here in Nigeria. 20-year-olds, 23-year-olds killing people. How? Now, look at what I'm trying to explain about criminal mindsets, okay? So your husband, now you realize that, you touched him, this man is dead. If you are really an innocent person who hasn't experienced something like that before, the first thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to panic and, scream, ask help, at least rush him to the hospital. If you're really a good person or, an innocent person like you claim, and you don't know how to handle that kind of, at least you call for help. How did you know to keep calm in such a situation? To the point that you reasoned, you thought about it. At that point in time, you're supposed to be clueless on what to do. So you're just supposed to be screaming and crying. Do you understand? If it's actually your first time killing a person. But no, you calm down, think him, arrange him, taking him through the back door to an uncompleted building. Then you went to go and buy fuel, pour on his body. I didn't tell you guys this other part where she got something that, dries, a chemical that dries grass or something to stop his body from oozing. Look at all the preparations she went through. Look at how much she spent buying fuel, buying chemical or to stop his body from smelling. Then you burnt his corpse. After burning the corpse, your next line of action was to go home and prepare to leave the next day. Sister, you don't look so innocent right now. As a matter of fact, I won't even lie. This whole thing is, from the story, it's looking like a premeditated murder. What are the chances that it might actually have been a premeditated murder and not, an accident like she's claiming? Another thing that we should note is, did she really do this all by herself and nobody saw her the time she was taking her husband's body to the nearest uncompleted building? How did she carry the man alone? Or did she put his body inside maybe something like a barrel, cover it with clothes, or maybe in a trash? How did she successfully move his corpse from point A to point B alone, all by herself? Could there have been an accomplice? Could there have been somebody else in the picture? Maybe, what if she was cheating with somebody else and then decided that, I need to get rid of this man, he's starting to get on my nerves? What are the chances that this could actually have been what went down? You claim you were scared, but honestly, your next actions, it's not showing someone who is actually scared, okay? As a matter of fact, if you didn't want to get indicted, if you didn't want to get in trouble for killing the person, your first move, that point where he died, is to run away. Not to start carrying his body and burning it. It's to run. That should be your first instinct. As someone who was scared and committed a crime. The funny thing about this whole issue is that when couples have an issue like this that has led to death, and let's say the thing starts going legal, you actually have the chance of defending with manslaughter. If it was really an accident, you and your husband, people were fighting and something happened, maybe he was attacking you and you defended yourself, and in a bid to defend yourself, he died. You can actually get a lighter term with manslaughter. There and then, everything don't clear. You don't serve your time. You're a free man. Although there will be a lot of regrets and whatnot. But guy, in Igbo, we say this person, this person get mine. Her heart strong. See, people, we need to be careful when selecting a life partner. People need to be careful. This I do till death do us part. You need to be very careful who you want to do it with. You shouldn't do it with just anybody. You need to know somebody. Because how are you marrying a wife in February and in July she's killing you? How? Over what? Argument. The one that poisoned her husband because of toothpaste. Sometimes, women wow me. Women really, really surprise me. I won't even lie. The reason why you are going to take out your protector, the roof over your head, your family's provider, the reason why you feel it's cool to take him out is because he upset you. If you can't handle anymore, walk out. What is even busting my brain the more, is the age. The age of people that are committing this type of crimes currently. Waiting they saw. What is going on that we're not understanding? What is flying? Is it like a flu? What is going on in the air? That young people think it's okay to kill. They don't mind. You go sit down, calculate your steps, kill your fellow human being. What's still a partner, somebody you've been intimate with. Since they occur for this life and especially this country where me and you did, so I'd like to know your hot take on this issue, guys. I mean, this is wow. This whole incident is like sending chills down my spine. Burning his corpse. Now, wow. Anyways, fam, I don't know. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, how about you click that like button? Do not forget to subscribe and, of course, share to your friends. So, guys, I'd like to know your hot take on this particular issue. I would like to read your comments. How about you leave your thoughts in the comment section? And, of course, this has been another wonderful episode here on The Kiwi Show with you guys. And it's been your favorite girl, Jessie Rogers, here as your sweet host. So until next time, when I will be bringing you very, very, very interesting topics, it's bye-bye for now.